We got shows coming up. Hey, we got shows coming up. Yeah, we'll post. We gotta post this on our socials.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, what's going on? Oh, I got some chill music. Hold on, let me change this up.
Yeah, hype us up, man.
Give me that happy trap.
Happy trap back.
Happy trap back. What's going on, everybody? It's the Can't Tell Us Nothing Show. I gotta hold my headphones. Ow! I was listening to some old episodes. We used to go around, make a bunch of sounds.
Yes.
It's hype. It was hype. Every person might have their own sound, get an intro. I'd be like, Tandy, it's Amici, it's John, myself, Antoine, the whole thing. But this is the Can't Tell Us Nothing Show. Those 4 people make up Can't Tell Us Nothing improv group out of Houston, Texas. We do this show every first and third Tuesday of each month around this time. If you're tuning in, thanks for tuning in. If you're streaming this later on, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
But yeah, we sort of just like chat, talk, share opinions, discussions, whatever. If you got something you want to say, first let me check in with everybody. John, how you doing?
Man, I'm pretty good, man. You know me, always have something crazy happen to me, but I'm overall pretty good.
Overall, all right. Tandy, what about yourself? How's it going?
Hanging in there, ups and downs. Today's an up. Good to be here.
Going up. Amici, how's it going?
On a Tuesday.
Do you want the serious answer? Or you just want like the regular? Hey, I'm doing great. Like,
I don't want to know your actual problems.
Well, I'm doing great.
Okay, that's good, man. That's good. And I'm doing all right too.
Good,
all right. How's it going in the chat? So I think today, John, you were saying you had a couple of things for us. You had some questions or some videos or something.
Yeah. I got a clip that we could dissect. If you're ready, we could dive in. I was expecting that. Make me do a little scene, but as you guys know, I like to surf the webs, and I like to look for the most interesting videos you can find that kind of stop me in my tracks and it kind of make me rethink. You know, am I living life too serious? Right? Maybe I'm too serious. Well, of course, one of my favorite people to watch online goes by the name of Charleston White. I've sent you clips of this guy before. Charleston White, for people who are listening.
Yeah, set it up.
He is the self-proclaimed king of the snitches. He likes to tell on everybody, specifically rappers who are willingly, publicly, and knowingly committing illegal crimes. Well, not illegal crimes. And he's known to literally have this show where he'll invite a thug, like your ordinary, regular gangster thug from all over the city or all over the state or a country, because I've seen some of these in different places. Nonetheless, what was peculiar about this is he goes live on Instagram. He talks a whole bunch of shit about how kind of like Uncle Ruckus stuff, but he's playing a character, right? He's been confirmed that he plays this character. He's really a community activist that's committed to saving children that are at risk, right? Children in the system, children that are in the prison system. He's helped support a lot of these kids over the years. And this man said that he got tired of trying to be the nice and win over more of these children. He said, these children don't want me to come into them talking like Barack Obama. They don't want to hear when I say, hey, young man, pull your pants up. So he decided to create a character and go online and terrorize every rapper who talks about anything willing to do with murder. I mean, he's cursed people, rappers who've been gunned down. The day after they're killed, he's dancing and singing online, praising them being murdered. But specifically because they promote murder in their lyrics, right? So this is not just, it's not like Will Smith get gunned down and he's going out dancing, right? It's, you know, people like the King Vons of the world that have been connected with multiple murders, possibly even allegedly committed those murders, right? But I'll just jump into this video. So let me share it real quick.
Just got done talking to Blueberry. He told me he gonna bring you to Cleveland for me. What you gotta show me, bitch? Look, let me show you something. Look what you said. Look, you see what that says? It said detective. I don't give a fuck about. Look what it said. Look what I said I want to do to you. Listen, I don't give a fuck. You finna go to jail. You ain't gonna get to see me. Look what it says. I'm gonna do some research on it.
All right, pause it real quick. I just wanna set it up just in case someone is like listening and not seeing this. So it's like two screens. Looks like a FaceTime conversation.
On Instagram.
On Instagram. One screen, he's showing someone's showing a phone that says detective on it, and he's sending like YouTube credentials or something, or not credentials, but like a YouTube link or something. And the other one has some guy pointing a gun at his own phone. All right, go ahead.
And the title of the video is Charleston White calls detective on Cleveland goon. So this is a Cleveland goon somewhere in Cleveland.
You finna go to jail. Fuck. Tell they ass I don't give a fuck about no detectives, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no detectives. You dumbass little nigga. You just talking. I don't give a fuck about that, boy. I'm gonna catch you. He's gonna go to jail. Yeah, okay, we gonna see.
Oh no, not today.
Your ass gonna be dancing just like that. That's how you gonna be dancing.
First of all, don't try to act like you hiding half your face when you shooting the gun. I can see your whole face. I'm like, why would you do this, right? Ja Morant, for y'all who don't know, the NBA superstar, 23-year-old guy, flashed his gun on Instagram twice. The first time he got busted, he apologized. We knew he was lying. Second time he did it, now his career is in jeopardy.
Is that him? Because I heard about that on the news recently.
This isn't him. This is just someone who I guess he's imitating. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Feels the need.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep on.
I'm gonna skip a little more.
More dancing.
I'm on your ass, boy. I got your address. Yeah. I bet y'all about to sell that house. Hey, I bet y'all about to sell that house. Hey, look. I bet you about to sell that house, bro. I guarantee you y'all about to sell that house. I'm gonna be the reason y'all sell that. Hold on. I'm gonna get the detective on the phone right now. Call that bitch. I am. Fuck wrong with you? I'm gonna get him on the phone right now. And I want to have some words for their ass too. Oh, big, I love them like you. Yeah. Low Malcolm did the same thing. Hey, and I'm gonna tell their ass, tell the detective I said put they fucking 3D glasses on. Put your fucking 3D glasses on. Yeah, he on the phone.
All right.
He called.
Yeah, he called. Y'all want to hear the call? Let him hear the call. Then I'll stop it again.
Put your fucking 3D glasses on. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Pussy. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Put your 3D glasses on, fuck nigga. Fuck. They hear that? They hear them shots going off? Show the gun again. Do they hear them shots going off? Show the gun again. Fuck. Fuck, nigga. I'm on your ass, boy. They can't save you, boy. They can't save you. They can't save you from me, boy.
All right.
Hey.
So you want to know my feelings?
No, I want to know. Yeah. I want to know, as you were watching that video, I'm sure you were feeling something watching that. And when that feelings triggered some thoughts, So share what I want to know. What do you feel like watching that clip, seeing it? Now, remember, Charleston White, as you saw his chain on, he makes a lot of money doing this to gangsters, right? And of course, it is illegal to me to threaten someone with violence or murder recorded on the camera. So this is super easy, like the easiest cop work of all time. Way easier than Batman's job, like way easier, right?
Yeah, so compare it on a Batman scale.
On the
Batman scale, it's much easier than that.
Yeah, way. But yeah. So
why didn't Batman just do that? Like, this is get the Joker on video.
Got it.
All right, Gordon, take it there.
Got commission going on the line.
But yeah, like of course this is to me, right? I'll kick it off. To me, I start to go, where did these criminals think? Like back in the day, I thought like you kept things on the hush. If you were a criminal, you didn't want to video record yourself like the Taliban, you know, especially if you didn't have like the size of the army like the Taliban. These guys now are just the biggest self-incriminating generation of all time, right? Which there are people who are like, oh man, I don't like that he does that. He shouldn't have to say that. I don't like the language. I argue he's kind of doing a lot of the community a service, right? He's setting a trap and letting these guys fall into it, which then they are removed from the community, which by chance makes it safer. And if he was to do 100 of these a year, that could possibly be 100, murder cases that don't have to be solved. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So I think some of his antics are crazy, but to me, he's as close to Batman as we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you need is a mask, man, and boom.
I thought that video was dumb as hell. I thought it was just pure, just idiocy on display. This dude is dancing in his socks. Why? Like you said, John, why would you be on the phone that long? To me, a more threatening version of that is if the dude with the gun was leaving his house while they were on the phone. Like, to me, if he was like, I'm on my way right now, gets in his car, starts driving, that's a much more interesting. Him just sitting in his own room, showing pretending to shoot his own phone. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me.
You can't
Also, I highly doubt that someone like him has the technical ability to find PII on anyone, much less this dude who does this more or less for a living. So that's,
can't even find the end call button on his phone. Like, oh yeah.
Well, wait. Is this? I mean, if this was the first call that Charlton had done ever in this whole process, I could understand. But given that this is probably call number 50 to 100, why would you call in and do the same thing and suffer the same fate of other people before you? You know the end result. You know that it's like every person who comes on, like, first time, long time listener, first time caller. I mean, they're just like, is this the very first time they've been able to like see his what he does, after they threaten him? Because I just don't understand. If Charleston is not calling out guys and like, hello, yeah, I want you to threaten me, and I'm gonna. If he's not doing that, then the fact that whoever is calling in is just insane. And I argue that it's better to have insane people rounded up, people who don't make good choices. It's best to have them rounded up and moved off the street. Well, I mean, killing is bad, but the insanity is enough to get you put somewhere because you're not making good decisions. You're not, and you have a cell phone. It's a bad time.
And you show your face. I mean,
it's a bad time.
What do you think?
While probably threatening to kill a detective as well. What are you doing?
That's just worse.
Yeah.
What do you think what do we know the name of the other dude?
No, I just said Cleveland Goon.
Cleveland
What
Goon.
do we think the goon did right after that phone call? What do you think what was his next thing he did?
Do guys get on the phone and talk with someone? Because I mean,
he
else.
definitely does. He definitely did. He probably called Cleveland Goon number 2, and they started to talk about how that was one of the craziest things they ever did in their life, and then drunk on something alcoholic and whatever.
He put his house on the market. That dude gonna sell his house. He's gonna get it renovated and cleaned up. He's gonna throw tours on his house. I bet he gonna sell that house.
He is. He's have several offers, a couple of them above asking. There'll be a bidding war.
Yeah.
What? Oh.
But he has a legitimate show. Like I've watched, like you said, not 52, but I watched about 5 different ones, and they're all as ridiculous as the other. And initially I'm like, man, like you said, Antoine, the first time he did it, he probably was like, I need security because these people are gonna kill me. But I don't think they're smart enough to do that. These people that are calling in on FaceTime, I think the real gangsters are not on FaceTime and like on Instagram trying to talk about how gangster they are. That's just idiocracy, man. It's ridiculous, man.
That's the millennial. That's the new generation of gangster. With cell phone, the introduction of social media, cell phone, like everything's got to be all public. You got to keep it there. I think that's probably the problem.
Upload nobody gangster to the cloud.
Yeah, nobody knows you kill somebody unless you brag about it. Nowadays, I mean, back then you didn't want nobody to know, or maybe your name was whispered in the streets. But now it's like, I'm Ralph P. I just shot 4 people. I mean, you gotta advertise. You can't just let it be now. It's your brand.
And also people putting their own targets on their back on social media, right? Like I remember John, you mentioned that a few shows back, some dude put his location on Twitter and then
he got killed. Now, come on, man. Like the family that has to deal with that has to wrestle with the fact that they lost their loved one and the fact that it was his fault. Oh, something as stupid as that, right? It makes the grief that much harder, man. Why double time yourself, man? Why double time yourself?
Yeah, and as I hope that they play these videos in the courtroom, like they have to, right? This is evidence. So they gotta show him doing a 2-step in front of a jury of his peers. Your Honor.
I mean, that makes it a better day in court, right? Like,
read the transcript back. Okay. Boat.
Oh man! Did y'all see the video of the judge reading Young Thug's lyrics in court?
I have not.
I missed
my
that.
god! Oh my god!
I missed that one.
Oh my god! And you have to hear him.
Well, while you get that up, I do want to agree with you, John, that this dude, he's doing a public service, right? He's getting these guys who are hoodlums, criminals, whatever you want, gangsters, who have illegal stuff going on, and he gets them arrested on legitimate charges, stuff they actually did.
Released a song on YouTube titled Slime Shit, where the lyrics state, hey, this is that slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit. Hey, fuck a jail shit. Hey, cooking white brick. I'm not new to this. Hey, so I'm not new to this. Hey, I'm so true to this. Hey, I can put up a whole slime of 100 licks. Slime or get slime. I'm in the VIP and I got that pistol on my hip. You praying that you live. I'm praying that I hit. This that slime shit. Fuck the police. Fuck them in a high speed. 100 rounds in a Tahoe. I'm prepared to take them down. Got banana for all these niggas acting monkey. This that slime shit. This that mob shit. Fuck the judge. YSL. This that mob life, an overt act in furtherance.
That's
Oh, love it. I love it, man. I love it.
What a white judge have read those.
I bet they
Not
were
the
like
same way. It wouldn't hit the same.
It wasn't hit.
Not the same way.
He was trying not to sing it. He wanted to sing it, but he was trying to just read it. I'm like, just sing it.
You know the song.
You know the song. You got grandkids.
Why are you acting like you don't know the lyrics?
I listened to it the whole way to the chorus. But that was epic,
That was
man.
great.
I would have loved to be in that court case.
That just makes me.
We cut to the judge's chambers after a hearing. Judge, if you got a minute,
Yep. What's going on?
I just want to say, I'm impressed. I didn't know you had it in you. The way you recited those lyrics, it sounded real good. Actually,
I felt the same way. I was tapping my little foot and my gavel as I was.
I thought I heard
reading
that.
it. Yeah, got a little beat going, and I thought I was doing a show in front of the court.
It got like I looked around the audience. I saw some heads nodding along with you. You didn't have to do it with as much swagger as you did, but that was impressive.
Judge.
Oh, I got an encore.
I think they want an encore, Judge.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the bailiff, so I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I can go back out there and make sure everybody rises. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's do it. Are
you ready? Are you ready?
I could still read another verse if I need to.
Okay. All right. Do you want the transcript from the case to recite?
Yeah, sure. Please hand me that. I don't want to freestyle. It may go off the rare. Just give me that transcript so I make sure I hit all of my notes.
All right. Well, here it is right here. Here it is. And I'll go let him know you're about to be out there. Okay. He leaves the room, and the judge looks over the transcript and looks in the mirror that he has in his chambers.
Here we go. Where my niggas at? Fuck 12, fuck 12. Fuck the judge and 12. Hey, fuck the judge. I said fuck him and his mama too. Hey, this that slime shit. Hey, this that slimy shit. Hey, fuck the 12, fuck the judge and the slimy shit. Hey, okay, all right. You got this. You got this, all right? You finished. You can go out there. You can do this.
We cut to the judge meeting up with the other judges, like at the end of the day. Hey, Judge Miles, we heard like a lot of, was that music coming from your courtroom today?
Yeah, excuse me. I had wearing my shades right now. I just got done with a case in the show. Yeah.
People walking out of my courtroom and going to your courtroom. I know that. There's basically nobody in mine.
Yeah, I saw a line at your courtroom, Judge. Never seen that before. Did you have a high-profile case?
Yeah. I had one of the budding rappers, Biggie Shorty, in the court. And Biggie Shorty's big on his, murder rap, and I had to reread some of his lyrics to the audience, and guess what, man? They dug it.
Well, I'll tell you what, some guys from Def Jam came into my court on accident, and I told them I don't have anything to do with it. I directed them down to you. I don't know what you looking at, maybe a record deal or something.
You said it was Def Jam?
Def Jam, yeah, it was Def Jam.
Was one of them was it Russell Simmons?
No. It was somebody else. Somebody I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
know. I know Russell.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
but you know, Russell
Russell
still got open warrants, and I was gonna
Right. Yeah.
say,
He's you know.
give me a deal, or I'm gonna throw you in jail. You know.
No, it wasn't Russell.
Okay.
Judge, you're not considering doing it. I mean, you have a prestigious position right now. You're making changes in this city.
Well, you know, I was considering. Well, it had been offered to me to start considering being the next attorney. I mean, the next Supreme Court judge.
Yeah.
So that's on the horizon. But you know, it's just something about having a rap career. You know, I've been thinking about names, and what's just floating a couple of names out. First was Lil Judge.
Little Judge.
I'm just throwing another ones out there. All rise. You know what I'm saying?
All rise.
All right.
rise.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Another one that I've seen just through doing some Google Analytics is fuck Judge.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Whoa,
No, I mean,
Hey. Listen, just listen. I know what it feels like, right? It feels like I'm going against the justice system in which we came up. But I'm thinking about doing more of I don't know if you've heard of this gentleman, Tekashi 6ix9ine kind of thing, where I'm a judge, but I'm playing a character of a bad judge, right? I'm gonna go heel, see if I can,
sounds like you're blurring the lines of justice.
Yeah.
Judge Miles.
Well, I'm not, think of it this way, right? I'm just saying we bring a lot of these kids in, just lock them up, and just think that's just going to be the solution. But what if the way they have the ear of these youth, these rappers, maybe the justice system needs to enter the rap arena in a different way, not just locking rappers up, but actually trading bars with rappers. Do a versus where it's a rap
battles
versus a judge.
Battle, and the prize is the spirit and the soul of the kids.
Well, it's to convince the kids, right?
Okay.
We're teaching them the justice system in a better way. They don't have to be afraid from them. They could buy our albums. They could, wear our tour merch. All of them wearing just judge smocks.
We cut to a classroom. Hey, Stu, what is? You looks like you're wearing a gown. This is not proper school attire, Stu.
Oh, yeah, this is what my favorite rapper wears. So I'm just gonna wear this.
You can't be bringing this streetwear into the classroom.
Streetwear? It's courtwear.
Insane.
Boom. Already changing hearts right there.
Courtwear.
Courtwear, sir.
The freshest courtwear you've ever seen.
I mean, because those judge robes are terrible. Like if it wasn't a powerful, if McDonald's employees have to wear those, they would. You take away the power of the judge, and that outfit is super clownable. Super clownable.
Amici, in the UK, because I'm sure you're up to date, do they still wear the wigs?
Yep. Mm-hmm. The robes and the wigs.
That's the crazy thing.
Day and age. They still time to be a judge. I look good.
And it sits on top, and it doesn't. I mean, and it's not like
and the lawyers too. Some of the lawyers.
Yeah,
too.
lawyers. Yeah.
See that would keep me out of law school right there. Like,
it's not a fitted wig. It just sits on top, right? It just kind of sits there like a hat, right? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's the crazy part.
So if you was a black dude with dreads, you would have to put that white thing on your head with the locks hanging on the back.
I don't know if they'll let you just rock your dreads. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Oh my God, that is ridiculous. See, they would have more convictions because people be harder to take people serious if they did that in America.
Look at it. and it's so elaborate. It's not just a regular hairstyle.
What is
It's like
this?
sheep
What
ears.
is
It
this
looks like
dude
sheep
doing?
ears.
He's having the time of his life. That's what he's doing.
He turned it into a neck pillow.
What is?
Yeah,
My
that's
word.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would clown, like if my friend was a judge, man, he would get clowned by me.
Look at those short ones. Those guys, the
short
down in
ones at the bottom.
yeah, the little with the navy blue.
This
on.
one?
Yeah.
No.
That is wrong, man. Somebody's got to fight for a change. Somebody's got to turn the page on that.
Can someone describe, in case anyone's listening on audio, what we're seeing in this picture right now? Can someone describe this?
I mean, to me, it looks like a blonde, rug that's been cut with hairline that you just put on someone's head. It's like something that you have in like a bathroom. That looks like one of those what are those little bows, those sandwiches that you get at the Korean.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the bao sandwich on her head. I mean, I do like her color though. She got the lavender with the red, with this little tie. That's fresh.
I'm down with all of
Now
that.
these guys, these look like they've been in the, these look like the car mats that you put on. I think it's some white car mats.
It double as a car mat.
What is going on?
That's disrespectful, man. Oh man,
there's a company that makes these. They mass produce these things.
Yes, and they're revered.
Send them out to the world.
No, I mean, like, I wonder if there's like, oh, that's the cheap one. You should get
like there's a higher. There's a $2,000 one right here. It's
crazy.
It's real hair.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is crazy. I did not know that. Today, I was 2 years old when I found out. They wear those.
They still do it.
They still
do it.
That's just. It's got to be a part of like the culture. Like, man, you got to stand in front of those people with those weird ass hair hats, and it just makes me feel like I could just do it better with my life, right? I don't want to be getting grilled by these weirdos with these things in their head looking down on me. I'm just gonna go back to school.
Just because of how ridiculous they are, that you change your ways.
Yep.
Like, look, what have I done with my life? I'm standing in front of this person, passing judgment on me while they're wearing a car mat on their head. Or they got sheep ears on.
Right. Right. That person can control whether I get freedom or not. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Damn.
Wow. So much for tradition. Yeah, but the robe, if that's the only vestige of that experience that America took from it, then holla glory. Then all of it, we'll take the flowy robe. I'll take it.
But it also makes me think, right? When I look at pictures of George Washington, that maybe the thing that we see of George Washington really looked like those wigs that they had, which isn't as fly as the photos make it look. He probably looked even stupider back then with that shit on his head.
It just looked like a dirty towel. It was just like,
but they painted it to make it look like it was just flowy hair and all these bows and shit.
Well, how did they convince the wig maker in Great Britain to say, leave your worldly possessions and all your fame here and sail to the new world? Make wigs over there. I don't think anybody came. I think they did the best they could. They probably had some old leftover wigs that did the best they could over here, but the art didn't get passed down. And then somebody was like, "This is nuts. Stop wearing it."
Not wearing this shit.
We're just going with our heads, man. We're just going out here bareheaded.
We can't make them as good as they can in the UK.
I mean,
we cut to another the judge lounge where the judges are hanging out. Hey, I noticed you know, Judge Basie, I knew that you didn't wear your wig today.
Yeah, I just wasn't feeling it today. You know, normally I'm happy to wear it, you know, because I know I'm about to go change people's lives, hopefully for the better. But today I looked at it and it just didn't look right to me.
It didn't look right to you?
Yeah, you ever like really look at these things, like really look at it?
Yeah.
Like
all
this is
the time. It's ugly as shit.
It is
I know
ugly.
it is. But it represents justice. And without it, I don't feel like I have the spirit of justice. I can't deliver justice onto somebody without my wig on, man. This has been around for hundreds of years.
Well, see that's exactly it, and that's what I was worried about. I was worried. What if my judging power comes from the wig and not from me, and not from what's inside me? What if my judging power is just stemming from this? I need to know. So I decided I'm going to come today without it. You know, I'm going to deliver justice without the wig and see if anything changes.
We cut to the judge in the courtroom. But, Your Honor, there's no reason to sentence my client Amici to 5 years probation. There's no evidence that he committed the crime of stealing packages off the porch. There's absolutely no, I don't even understand where you're getting the information to make that decision.
He didn't say that?
No, he didn't even speak. We didn't bring him to the stand.
Well, does he want to come up?
He doesn't.
What?
He doesn't have to come. What's going on, Your Honor? Are you okay?
I don't know. I mean, oh, maybe you're right. You know, maybe you're right. You know, maybe I just wasn't.
Yeah.
Tell you what. 2 years probation.
No probation at all. He didn't do anything.
I got to do some probation.
Your Honor, I'm gonna have to file for a whatever you need to file for to get another judge on the case. because I
We
feel
come
like
back
this
to the
is
lounge.
compromised.
Oh man, you that's what happened when you took the wig off, man. That was
I don't know. There's so much air flowing by my ears that I wasn't used to. Like I didn't realize how strong the air conditioning was in the courtroom.
Yeah.
That it actually was like making my ears really cold and it was distracting me. And I think I missed some parts of the case.
You know, I can understand. You know, that happened to me, man. I'll just tell you a little secret. Yeah. So, you know, I've been having problems with my wife.
Yeah.
You know,
of course.
In bed. You know, is this between us, Ray? I can trust you, right?
Of course. We both got robes on.
Yeah. Okay. So well, for a while I've been having issues with getting it up. And one night I stole my wig and took it home with me.
You took the wig out of your chamber?
I
Can't
took
take
it out
that home?
But it worked. I haven't had sex like that ever.
What do you mean? What do you do?
We go back to Antoine's courtroom. Judge, what does this have to do with my client's case? The story is talking about another judge. I don't.
I'm trying to explain why I'm not wearing the wig right now. I'm trying to. Don't you want to know? Don't you want to know?
I just thought you were going to expand on.
You listen to the story. I'll take another year of probation off. How about that?
My client's just got a not guilty verdict from the jury judge. Why would we get probation?
All right, jury. Do you want to hear the story?
No, we've already made our decision, dude. I'm hungry.
Judge has to hear everybody else's story. Nobody wants to hear the judge's story. I'm listening to people's stories all day long.
Yeah.
Isn't that why they have dinner parties like they do in the movies? Like there's some judge or somebody always having a dinner party.
Yeah.
And, you know, discussing some case. It's like I can't discuss it with lay people, but I will invite you to my home. I will feed you food, and you will give me your attention.
Yep, that's
What
basically what it's
people
for.
will ask, huh?
Yeah, that's basically what it's for. Nobody really wants to give judges attention organically, so they have to force people into spending time with them. Have any of y'all ever been to court like for anything? Like actually have to go, man.
Jury, wait,
Like
jury duty? Oh yeah.
I have
Jury
not.
duty, yeah.
I was gonna say, it's true. I've been a couple of times. Not that I am a criminal. Like, I don't have a record. Beat the case. Nonetheless, I've been to court at least like 5 or 6 times, and it is wild how the judge can just speak to everybody in the courtroom as if like God has ordained this room for them to say whatever the hell. You can't say anything because and I remember one case I was involved in, nothing too bad. Obviously I don't have anything on record, but I had to sit and watch everybody. Like, you go to court and they make it seem like it's just you and him, right? Those are for like different capital offense murder cases. Most court, it's like 20 dudes, that you're like in a line with. And if the judge is by the 5th guy, if he starts to get pissed off or she gets pissed off and you're like 15, like their kindness drops dramatically, right? Every person. And I was in traffic court, and of course, with the last name Miles, I'm always towards the back. And I remember right before I go into court, the judge is like, "Hey, we've all accepted this deal. Everything's going to be perfect. How you feeling?" I'm like, "Oh, it's great. It's great." He's like, "All right, well, just so you know, before we walk in this courtroom, the judge can just change his mind. So don't give him any reason to change his mind." I was like, "What the fuck? Why did I pay you to have these conversations if he could just change his mind after a whole these like that doesn't make sense, right?" So that didn't help me. That made me even more nervous because I'm sitting and watching, 12 other people get the book thrown at them and license being taken, some of them getting arrested, and I'm thinking, okay, what this judge could throw me in jail and it'd be as like chewing gum and spitting it out. Like he's not gonna care at all, right? But I'm also like, I have that part of me also is like a little bit of if you say something crazy to me, if I feel disrespectful, I may look like I'm gonna get ready to say something. That's how much I want to respond. And of course, the judge, I ended up not getting arrested, not losing my license, nothing like that. But he did try me, and he did insult my intelligence a little bit, and I had to take it because, of course, if you say anything, if you go, I don't know, I disagree, he can still, well, I disagree with the deal that we made. Give me your, you're going to jail, buddy. And I just remember feeling so hopeless, like you're in the jaws of this tiger, and somebody's looking at you with your gun going, you can't have it, right? You just got to be nice to him or he's going to eat you. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents about judges. I think
it's wild that just depending on how they're feeling, right, can decide sort of your fate.
Yeah.
Which is why you need AI judges who don't have
what? No.
AI judges
say all the facts equally. They don't have predetermined bias. They don't have bad days. I don't know why I have this accent. I feel like it's more comforting to talk about AI in like a Southern drawl. It's less technical. It's just be like, the AI has a large language model that it draws from for its conclusions if you query it.
Would you take a guy serious if he sounded like that at like a tech conference, but he was like laser on point with what he's saying, but his draw was just so country and like Would you take them
I would-
seriously with that?
I
distract
would be off put at first for
Mhm.
like a good maybe 5 minutes. But if like you said everything is on point, then I would just be I would just enjoy it. I would just be enthralled by the juxtaposition of such a country sounding country boy with such a technical acumen, you know? Like this is interesting amalgamation of a person that's appeared in front of me. I'm just gonna watch what he has to say.
Yeah.
That's me.
For
I'm
sure.
not gonna change a thing. I'm just gonna get right on in there, and I'm gonna talk to him about string theory and quantum theory.
Today, y'all, I want to talk about quantum computing.
Somebody should do that, man. And just like I don't even. That would be hilarious to watch. Like, and they would. I want them to be like on point. Like, I don't want them to be like any way you could just say, yeah, that person's an idiot because of the voice. But there's a Lenny Bruce joke where he talks about when you hear a Southern drawl accent, you immediately start to associate with stupid, right?
Yeah.
And when you hear a New York quick, more rigid way of speaking, it makes you think, oh, they're intelligent.
Mhm.
I don't agree with that.
Mhm.
I think there probably are some people that are extremely smart that sound like, like I would love to hear a guy talk about AI with the, New Orleans accent, right? Or Louisiana Cajun accent. That would be hilarious. Excuse me, could you repeat that again? I'm following you, but I'm not following you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, in the under the guise of being taken seriously, some people, I don't know if kill that part of themselves off is the right way to put it, but there's some way where it gets separated from their
communication.
their communication style had to adjust to the environment, right? You get in sort of a Legally Blonde situation where but I feel like we could get closer to that point because people can learn in a vacuum now, right? Like you don't have to go to these colleges and whatnot necessarily to learn the stuff.
Right.
You just learn it all at home from videos, from books, and when you actually end up talking to someone later on, you can still have all the charm and Southern drawl or whatever your regional dialect is that you can bring to the table. I think that would be fantastic.
For sure. I mean, I learned that when there were black dudes in Dayton that most people would be like, man, this dude's from the hood. But they were smart and they would speak in their normal tongue, right? Their normal cultural way of speaking, but could tell you a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't know, right? But if I'm listening to how they're speaking, if I get caught up on how they're sounding, it kind of dismisses what they're saying. I instantly go, man, he doesn't know what he's talking about. In actuality, he told me a bunch of true things that I use, right? It's just, he sounded like, somebody in the family that, that chooses not to speak in this way, right? And as clear as they want. They use half words and different sounds or, like all that kind of stuff. So for me, I grew up hearing that. Like my grandmother's from Southern Georgia. She still has a country twang to her voice, but she's a remarkable person. She did a lot of things for me. So I'm like, I never got caught up on that, right? But to your point, right, the traditional education kind of forces you to assimilate and learn how to communicate to as wide of the audience as you can, which means you got to give up certain nuances in how you use language. But you know what? I've changed. I'm actually using some of my nuances in my job remotely because they can hear me speak, but they don't get to feel me because they're not, so it's not as threatening. I'm like, you know what I mean? And so, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, yeah, I know what you're saying, Jonathan. Like,
we cut to an emergency room. That's right, resident Amici. Now, I'm not going to do anything to save this patient's life until you tell me exactly where I am supposed to put the scalpel. Does it go into the thorax or does it go above? And please say it in the way that I know you should say it. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say first of all, I love listening to your voice. I know we're signed up in the emergency room here, but you have a very calm, soothing voice,
Yes.
and it's it's a joy to listen to, honestly.
Well, thank you so much. I worked on it. I spent quite a bit of time perfecting it. I am from the deepest of southern areas. I won't even mention what state, but no one took me seriously. And that's why it's so important for me. I know he's gurgling. It's okay. He's probably not got much life left. But it's so important to express yourself in a way that's pleasing to others, or else they won't take you seriously.
Oh wow, that's deep. That's a very interesting point there. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Now for this thoracotomy, so that he can breathe.
Actually, I'm the nurse here. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Where in the South are you from? I would just love to know.
Too. Yeah,
I won't be able to focus on the surgery until I know.
Yeah.
Well, I am from southern Louisiana, a very small town called Small Town, and well, in French, it was called
Turn this down. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's interrupting my flow. Sorry about that. It's called Petiteville, small town, and so I work very hard to fight my way through the school system, ascend to the highest of heights in college, and on to medical school I went.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes. Well, yeah. This is, it's so important though for everyone to know that you can change. You don't have to sound like where you're from. Now I understand you're also from England, and I see that you've been doing a bit of work on your own accent and your voice.
Yeah, I have. But I don't think it's like as cool and unique as yours. Yours is just.
Yes.
It sounds, I'm from England, but your voice sounds regal and really like a really important person.
We cut to a courtroom where Tandy's in it. All right, Tandy. You know that you're on trial for malpractice.
Yes.
I just want to let you know that in my courtroom we do things a little differently. Let me just say, I hope you brought your bars because depending on how well you spit, it's going to determine if you keep your license. So, bailiff, if you could hit the beat, please.
In the vein of the old Dana Dane, who would rap perhaps in the same tenor that I'm exhibiting today, I begin. Cut. Doc, fuck the doctor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. People in the background start going crazy.
Docs ain't shit. My homie died in the ER waiting for the doc to spit and split his voice or his throat to breathe. Docs ain't shit. Yeah. Hey.
Oh my God. Shit. Normally I would respond with some bars of my own, but that was amazing. It's so regal, yet it hit so hard. It's slapped even.
It's what I do. It's one of the things, when we have patients who don't want to come to the hospital and, they neglect their care. We decided if we doctors would start rapping out on the streets, maybe we could convince more patients to come in for their medical care and perhaps avoid unnecessary emergency room visits.
We were thinking the same thing. If we started rapping, more people would come to the courtroom and trust the judges and trust justice altogether. I don't normally do this, but do you want a wig? Do you want a wig? I don't wear mine anymore, but I feel like you might be worthy of it.
Yeah, I might want to wear that. You know, my neck gets quite cold in the emergency room as I'm going over elocution lessons with the residents.
And scene. What a nice happy ending for everybody.
Doctors got to be out there spin bars, man. They've gained back the trust in the health system. They go out and start rapping. That'll win.
What's funny is using rap to connect with the youth is like a tale as old as rap music itself.
Yeah. And the kids don't connect to the Sesame Street rap either. It has to be as attractive as the other stuff they're listening to, you know. So I think if a judge, I'll give you Neil deGrasse Tyson, one of the rappers came at him. So I was watching a video where he said his nephew is a music producer and was like, yo, you gotta respond. He was like, how do I respond? He's like, you gotta come up with a diss song. So he came up with a diss song, he helped him write it, went on the Tonight Show, and Neil deGrasse Tyson rapped. Excuse me. It probably wasn't as good as B.O.B., but because he did that, he got cred online. Like, people share it. There's probably people in the hood that ain't never heard of Neil deGrasse Tyson, probably thought he was the founder of Tyson Chicken. Found out it was this black astrophysicist, you know, Ivy Leaguer that now is on their radar. Now they like following the YouTube algorithm, and then boom. Now we got hood dudes that know astrophysics. Got spaceships in the hood now.
That's all it needed.
That's all we needed.
Needed an astrophysicist who rapped. Now he has spaceships in the hood. That'll be the name of his album.
Spaceships. I would listen to that shit. I swear I would. But yeah, man, hip hop they always try to use it for you. I wonder why they don't use, why do you think they don't try to use country or some other genres that have good songs, classics, right? What about hip hop do you think is so much more connecting to the youth versus the other genres?
I think one part of it is that it can be dumb as hell. If you want to hear some stupid stuff being said of the genres, I gotta give the hip hop, man. I love hip hop. Don't get me wrong. Long time lover of hip hop. Some rappers be saying some stupid shit in these songs, but if you do it over a dope enough beat, people want to hear that.
That's true. That's true, man.
People will listen. But I also think it's the kind of youth they're reaching out to. I mean, how much reaching the youth is talked about in white communities? We need to reach our youth. I don't know nothing about. I ain't never heard that. But the youth that they're trying to reach out to, for the most part, you know, that whole benevolence of whatever is usually Black and brown youth, and particularly Black youth. They're like, that's the language they speak. They understand. They understand rap.
They speak hip hop. That's all they know. That is so much an understatement. But no, you're right. You're right. Yeah. It's like they cherry pick and just think that's rap and basketball. That's the only thing that comes out of the Black community. Not true, right?
No, not look at us. None of us rap except for one. None of us officially play basketball, probably except for a couple. One.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm an athlete. You think was an athlete too, and I'm not ashamed of being an athlete.
And for the record, I can play some guitar.
You do?
Yeah, I can play some guitar.
Is it bass guitar?
No, it's not bass guitar.
What? Black people play bass guitar?
No, it isn't funk.
That was the
South Park thing.
Oh,
Token, right?
Oh.
Yeah. You know, you can play bass. All black people play bass guitar. Yeah. I was like, nah, that's not true. That's not true. Now, if people said you could freestyle, I'd have been like, that is one of those generalizations that would probably be more true than not true. Until you get an older generation, you know, but everybody thinks they can freestyle to a certain degree.
Okay. Well, we are going to go ahead and get out of here to practice our freestyles.
Yeah.
But as far as things that are more true than not true, we do have shows upcoming. That's true. It's more true than not true. At these dates, June 2nd, June 7th, June 16th, June 23rd, July 4th, if you're in Kansas City. Yeah. So come out on those days. But yeah, we're gonna get on out of here. John, any parting words?
Don't do stupid shit, man. Don't do stupid shit.
Andy.
Yeah, turn your phone off. Sometimes your phone is not your friend. You don't have to record everything.
Amici.
If you're a judge or a lawyer, get a nice wig.
And if you're a judge and you got to recite some rap lyrics in the courtroom, practice. But we do this every first and third Tuesday at 9 o'clock. So tune back in. Until then, we are out.